Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Filipino time today because because I am Filipino. Okay, how is everyone doing? Hi Ross. Tao po everybody okay up there in Utah? Yes. Sorry, Filipino time. I'm still a little better than how I used to be, right? Okay, just a moment. I'll just reply real quick. Okay, so today's topic is what's today's topic? I just okay. Today's topic is when to save money and when to splurge, or like choosing what things or experiences or stuff you have, or like it's okay to save money on and it's okay to splurge. But I guess before we start, I would like to say that, we are all different. And um, when I was younger, I have different outlook. As we, you know, go through life, move on, and stuff like that, we change. Point the camera down. You just want to see my t-shirt. Here's my t-shirt today. Okay, it is a Kirby. Okay, wait. Okay, so um okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, I would like to say that I know we're all different. We're given different cards to deal with in life, and we're probably at different, phases in our lives. So, um, we continuously change, and things that I probably would spend money on, you may not agree, and we may agree or disagree with certain things. But this is just a light topic, talking about money, which a lot of people don't want to talk about. But let's face it, money is important. Like, um, in the Philippines, sometimes it's a taboo to talk about it, but in reality, that is life. We all need money. It's a necessity. So I guess let us start. Um, First, education. Okay, a lot of people will probably think that when it comes to education, uh, I would say splurge on it, because it's a really good investment. And yeah, when I was younger, I'm pretty lucky that I think being Filipino, it's very important. Education is a very important. Like, your parents would always tell you that it's the only thing that they could leave you and nobody can take away from you and stuff like that. So having a college degree and all those things is like a must. Um, where I came from, okay? Because my husband would always tell me, like, yeah, like you interact with people in this certain social class, so which may be different. So I think my parents splurged on our education when we were younger. Like, they made sure that we went to a really good elementary and high school. So they spent quite a bit of money when it comes to that, because they think, the foundation of everything. So I am very thankful for that, because it actually helped. um like, a good example is when I'm here and I talk in English, and people would talk to me, they'd be like, oh, some are surprised that I can speak English. Like, when I said that I've only been here for 2 years and stuff like that. And I would tell them, like, yeah, because in the Philippines almost everybody can speak English. And when it comes to me, like, I went to a private Catholic school where the main language is English. So you can actually you're not allowed to speak your dialect, Filipino or Kapampangan back then while you're still in school. It's like an English only campus. So I guess that's the reason why somehow I can easily, communicate in English. So I'm glad they splurged on that because I know that it was expensive, sending us in that school was expensive. But personally, save or splurge when it comes to education. If you can afford it, sure, splurge on it. Um, However, when I went to college, um, I didn't really spend, or my family and I, because I eventually sent myself to school, so we didn't really spend much on it because I believe it, UP, as everybody knows, is not an expensive school, but those who are in the Philippines know that, it's getting in to the school that was kind of difficult. I didn't spend much on it. I saved money on it, so that's kind of something new. I didn't choose the most expensive school, or because we make do with what we have, and I feel like UP really gave a really good education to me. Okay, Ross said something. I've had that reaction too. I always ask them. I just went to a good school in the Philippines. They wouldn't believe me. I always told them. I mean, yeah, it's like I don't know. I think it's weird for them, but um, I guess it's because there are some people who have been here in the United States, but for a long time, but still, they're having a difficult time communicating, and I guess we're just lucky. So yeah, actually yesterday when I was at work, I was told that, I know I have still a Filipino accent, and but I was told by a pharmacist that I was working with that I kind of have a little of a Texan accent, which I don't really know. Like, really, I don't know. I guess maybe because talking to my husband, but I don't think my husband has an accent. I'm very bad with accents. So, yeah, education, I saved on it. Because, you know, uh, I'm just lucky. And if I'm going to, like, have a master's or take up master's or study more here, I'll probably try to look for the best way to finance it because I don't like having debts or loans. That's the thing. So, with everything that I'm going to talk about later on, this is like education is the first one. It's serious, but later on you'll see it's a very light topic. Okay. Next. Okay, by the way, before you spend on anything or splurge, I think the first thing that you have to do is pay all your bills first. So that's the thing. When I was in the Philippines, I was handling my own money, and I choose where to spend money on and to save on. One thing I made sure of first is to pay all bills, because my husband knows this. I don't like loans. I don't like I use credit cards, but I pay them like right after I use them. I pay them off because that's just me. That's how I was raised. So yeah. Next, next topic, travel. OMG. Do you guys save or splurge when you travel? First of all, traveling in itself is expensive. And I see a lot of people with, like, cheap travel tips and guides. Again, to each his or her own. It's up to you. But my friends would know this. When I started traveling, the first trip that I took outside of the Philippines, or actually the first flight I ever took was in Hong Kong, was going to Hong Kong, and I was a poor, fresh out of college graduate, and we were there for a poster presentation. So my friends and I went cheap, of course. I save my allowance for travel for the things I want. Yeah, that's a great way to do it if you're not yet making your own money. Yeah, save your own money. Like, don't go into that buying stuff you want that you cannot afford. I'll talk more about that in a while. Okay, so the first travel that I took with my friends, we went cheap. And then that's when because we don't have money. We were there for a poster presentation for AC, for ACCP, American College Asia. I don't know. I don't even remember. See, these are the things that guess I'm just having brain fog right now. Anyway, so we went cheap. That's all I can. It was fun. Definitely, it was fun. But you know, we went cheap. After that, I took the board exam and worked. And as soon as I started working and earning my own money, I knew that I like to travel. And then that's when I realized that, yeah, when I travel for work, I'm just too tired to do anything else. And so when I take vacations, I splurge. Uh, but on what things? Okay, some people would like to stay in like a cheap post hostel or whatever. I don't mind as long as it's comfortable and has a clean bathroom. But as you get older, I guess you become a little bit pickier about things. Because my first stay in Hong Kong, we stayed at a really, really cheap place. I ended up with like bed bug bites after, and I was like, oh, and because of that, I'm kind of picky when it comes to a place to where we're staying. Like I'm really scared of having bed bug bites again because they're not fun, and I hate it. So, my husband and I usually are when we travel now. We're on the mid range. Like we don't go the cheapest, but we don't go the most expensive, except during our honeymoon because it's our honeymoon. Come on. Okay. Some people when they travel, they save money on food. Like I see people like, oh, travel to this place for like $200. I look at their itinerary like, okay, because they go cheap on food. That's one thing my friends and I cannot do because we all love food. Gabby, for instance, really, look for places to eat, and even Sam, and even Jazz is just like, no, we can't go cheap on food. It's one of our biggest expenses when we travel, and we always try like these nice places to eat because you're there to experience things. And even my husband and I, when we go out, like I think food is one thing that we have a hard time on budgeting. Like I would always tell him like, babe, we have to budget, limit going out, and try to eat what is in here. But I would see pictures of restaurants and I'll be like, oh, we have to try this. And then it's so easy to just blow money when you eat out, especially here in the United States. So, yeah, I'm sorry, my hair is still wet because I just showered. Okay, so what else do you do? Oh, experiences. Okay, I guess depends where you travel. There are some places that when you go to that you have to spend money to enjoy it because for example, you go to a theme park uh, where food is also more expensive, which when you're traveling you just have to relax and just enjoy it, I feel like. So yeah, traveling is a luxury, and to enjoy it I feel like you have to spend money. But before you travel I feel like you have to take care of your bills first. So that's just me. Like, okay, that's how I see it. Okay, Gabji, food is an essential part of travel indeed. Hi, Gabby. Yes, exactly. Remember our Taiwan trip? Gabby and I went to Taipei for my birthday with Reg. So we went to Taipei on December 16. I remember because that's my birthday. So we were up in the air during my like 12 o'clock. We got there like midnight, late night, right? And our itinerary basically involves food. Like, where are we going? Oh, let's try this food. 90% of the itinerary is food. Yeah. And 10% is like picture taking. Ross, I'm going to a theme park, better up for the all day dining. Yeah, that's true. Theme parks are nice. I learned to appreciate them now. Like, yeah, babe, we need to go to Universal Studios Florida on 2021 because it's the only Universal Studios I haven't been to. Okay, please. Okay, anyway, so yeah, traveling, I know you could, go. and just spend like 200, 300 bucks. But to me, to enjoy it and to make the most out of it, you have to like not really think of every penny. Again, this is just me, this is how I say it, like if I'm at the airport and I want water, I don't want to be thinking like, oh dang, it's like, too expensive. I was a little bit of the cheaper person before, because when my husband and I went to Hong Kong, I remember he bought water. I think it's like $4. Bottled water is just tiny one, and there's like $1 or something, and he was like, he bought the $4 because it's cold. He doesn't drink, you know, tap warm water or whatever you call it. He just likes cold water, and I'm like, you spent $4 when you could have bought, you could have just gotten the dollar one just because it's not cold. And it's like, yeah, because I like cold water. That's when I realized, people are different with their spending habits. Some things I go cheap on, he splurge on, and some things that I go, you know splurge, he doesn't care. Example, perfect example will be fashion. I didn't say clothes. Okay, Jonathan, I mean, sometimes you need a cold glass of water. Yeah, for $4. Sure, babe. But yeah, I understand. Okay, now let's talk about. We're done with travel. If you guys have any questions, just, or like if you want to ask me if I save or splurge on it, just chat it out, chat it there, and I will answer. Okay, fashion. Okay, is a very complicated topic. Clothes, honestly, I don't splurge. I don't spend so much money on. I can't say I don't splurge because I love clothes and I go shopping. And when I shop, you know, I shop like once a week for clothes. But I feel like I don't splurge because I don't buy like really high end brands. Like I don't buy like crazy expensive ones. Like I just buy like Banana Republic, Zara, H&M. But recently I love Banana Republic. I think that's the only place I shop right now. And I don't think, like, I think that's saving to me. Okay, so clothes, I don't spend that much money on because I like having a variety. I like having a lot of different clothes. But there are some items that I kind of don't mind buying a little bit more expensive. Again, I consider the cost per wear. So if I'm buying it, let's say for work, I usually spend more money on my work clothes than something that I would just wear for a party or just to go out on a date, Because work clothes, you wear them over and over, and I feel like you get your money's worth out of it. So that's just me. I don't mind spending money on work clothes, on good quality work clothes, because they last longer. And come on, I don't know if this is just me. You're going to work, you're gonna be tired. I need something to make me look forward to going to work too. And to me, that is the clothes that I wear. Like I look forward going to work because I could dress up in this clothes. That's why I know before, when I was in the Philippines, that I wouldn't work in a place that would require me to wear uniform, because I don't like wearing uniforms. I'm babaw. Ross Naval, do you shop at Ross? That's where I buy most of my clothes. Also, my mom, because some are branded but cheaper, good quality in my opinion. Ross, yeah, I do. I go there once in a while, but since we live downtown, there's actually no Ross nearby. So, uh, and online, I don't think I can buy. So I haven't been to Ross in a while, but I go there once in a while and buy some stuff from them. Yeah, they do have like, you have to look though. You have to like really look. Okay, Cham Antonia. Hi, Ate. Hi, Cham. How are you? So yeah, clothes. I a little bit more frugal, I guess, but I don't think my husband will agree with me because he thinks I buy so much clothes. Compared to him, he doesn't care about clothes at all. That's the tip. Um, I care about clothes, like they affect my mood. Like, I guess women, right? Like, when you're wearing something nice, you feel better about yourself. I guess that's just me. I don't know. So, yeah, something that I will wear a lot. I usually would spend more money on, but something that I would just wear one time or like is very noticeable, I would not. And when I buy something that's a little bit more expensive, I tend to prefer like plain ones like slacks or something like that, or like just a plain white shirt, or you know, why? Because you can wear them over and over again, but when it's like so loud or like would have prints, people would easily recognize it. And yeah, I know people don't care, but I care. Like most of the time when I've had a picture of that dress already, it would take a long time before I would wear it again. I know it's ridiculous, but that is me. So one time actually my mother-in-law asked me, how many swimsuits do you have? Because when she's like, I think I never like saw you wear the same swimsuit or bikini in your pictures. And I just smiled because I'm like, I really don't know how many bikinis or swimsuits I have, because there are actually some out there that still have tags on them because I haven't worn them. But they're not expensive, okay? I feel like they're not. Okay, I want to. Some of them are really cheap, and like I think the most expensive would be like $30-$40 swimsuit. So not bad at all. Okay, yes, Ross is like a more organized ukay ukay. That's true. Before I when I was in Texas, I go to Ross a lot because my like it's near us. There's one like 5 minutes away from us, but here no. And as you get older, you have less time going through stuff. So right now I buy stuff online most of the time, and I just order from Banana Republic all the time. I should stop. I really should stop. So clothes. But then how about shoes? Again, I buy a lot of shoes. I know. Just last month I went to Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack is like the cheaper Nordstrom. Okay. And I bought one, two, three, four pairs of work shoes. And then just last week I bought three pairs of shoes again for work. But they're not, I don't feel they're expensive. I got two Skechers because they're very comfortable. Because I asked my friend Jen where she what she's a doctor, by the way. So I asked her what she wears to like for in her during her duty, because my feet are just hurting. And then she was like, she said Skechers, so I tried them. They're amazing. But I have a friend who I I asked Nina as well, who's a pharmacist here in the United States. Well, she's about to take her NAPLEX, I think. Um, and she said she wears Colehan, so I ordered from Colehan and I ordered from Skechers. I haven't received the Colehan one, so I'm excited to try them on because the Skechers really work well for me. The memory foam thing. Cham, oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. Always ROI expensive items. Sure, some luxury bags are difficult to ROI nowadays, though. Work from home life. That's true. Okay. Bags. Since Cham talked about bags. Okay. I don't have. Well, I guess I have one, but I don't have like really crazy expensive bags. Uh, my bags range from Kate Spade to Tory Burch to Michael Kors to Longchamp. So those are just contemporary brands. I have one Fendi bag, which I haven't used, but I got it on a really good deal from Fashion File. I will use it this week. I have to start using it. So the thing about bags, I don't think they're expensive because they're considered the contemporary brand. So they're from the range of like what, 100 to like $400, which isn't bad. And I like them because they last. They do last. But then how about luxury like Louis Vuitton and those stuff? I have friends who love them and buy them. I am considering buying one, but I am the type of person that before I like bags, obviously I do. Before I buy something, I make sure that I can buy it 2 to 3 times in cash. You know what I mean? Like if it's a 1,000 $1,500 or $1,500 worth of bag, I will not buy it until I have like what, at least 3 grand, or at least, yeah, at least $3,000 spare money that I could just spend on whatever. Okay, so that's how I see it. Like, since it's a luxury, I don't like I wouldn't spend my life savings on it. Like, I will only buy it if I can buy it 2 times, because my friend Paul, he's an econ graduate, and he shared this with me one time. He said that if you cannot buy it 2 times in cash, you can't afford it. So I guess that's the way I look at things when I want to buy something. Before I buy it, I have to be able to buy it like 2 to 3 times in cash without thinking about it. That's the only time I will buy it. Again, that's just me. Some people are not like that. So, yeah. Well, work from home. You know what? Oh, I have an advice to you, Cham. If you're working from home, because I used to work from home. What do I do? Okay, I have this area right here. As you can see, on top is the bag that I'm using right now. That's a Tory Burch tote, Gemini Link color blue. I got it when before the quarantine started. So when I was working from home, what I do is I change the bag that is there every now and then so I see them. So that's just a nice way of looking things, since you can't really go out and you're working from home, just put it out there so you see it. If it makes you happy, that's great, right? So that bag changes every now and then. I don't know if you've noticed it in my previous live streams or videos. I change it up. I change bags like once to twice a week depending on what color of clothes I would want to wear. So that is color blue and white right now. I'll probably change that today because I'm going out later and I am planning on a different outfit. So I'm weird. I am weird. Am I weird? Are you guys like that? Okay, so shoes. I don't mind spending money on shoes because I don't see it as buying shoes anymore. I see it as buying comfort. You stand on them for how many hours or whatever hours a day. So to me, it's okay to splurge on shoes, but I buy comfortable shoes now. When I was younger, when I was in college, I would buy these high-heeled shoes, really nice, pang display lang. Or something that you would just put in there and just look at it. But now I don't do that anymore. So I don't mind spending money on shoes that are comfortable. Again, that's just me. So you're buying comfort when it comes to shoes. Again, that is because I'm in my 30s now. So our priorities change. Before, best tiis ganda to the highest level. So that's it. Bags. My bags, yeah. I don't buy bags just because I want to buy some. Well, sometimes I do, but some of my bags would have like meaning to them. Like this one, I told you I bought it when the quarantine was almost starting, so I kind of know when I bought them and or what occasion. I try to wait for an occasion to buy something to justify it, because I don't know. I just feel guilty on spending my money. I know we shouldn't feel guilty about spending money that we worked hard for, but that's being Filipino. You feel bad buying the things you want. Or is it just me? That's actually wrong. You should not feel bad buying the stuff you want, especially if you worked hard for it. But that's just being Filipino, I guess. So yeah, bad. That's up to you. Um, I don't mind splurging on bags because, especially if they last a long time, and especially those luxury items that you can pass on from one generation to another. I don't have a kid yet or a baby, so if in the near future we have a baby girl, I'll probably be investing more on bags because Because shoe size, it's something you cannot pass on, but bags you can, especially if they're like the luxury ones. So yeah. Well, but before I spent money or started spending money on these things like bags or shoes or even jewelries, I spend money on jewelries. I don't like buying like accessories anymore that would tarnish because I feel like it's just throwing away money. But again, if you enjoy it, that's you, okay? So I think I was in my mid 20s when I stopped buying like those costume jewelry or whatever that would not last. So I would always prefer like real gold over just some fake jewelries or whatever. Okay, anyway, before I did that, when I was in the Philippines, I splurged on services. Well, even now, I guess my husband knows this. Like, I need to get my massage. I spend. I don't save on massage. I splurge money on massages because I feel like they make me feel better after I was diagnosed with MPS, that is myofascial pain syndrome, and I also have tension headaches and migraine. So, uh, when I was in the Philippines and I was working so hard, I get a massage like twice a week, even thrice a week. People who knows me know that, and I don't mind spending money on that because it affects the way I feel and how I function. So to me, it's worth spending money on. Again, that's just me. And even here now, like I go to my chiropractor weekly because it it helps me function better. Anything that would make me feel better or function better to me is good. Okay, so I don't mind spending money on those kind of things. And when I was in the Philippines, yeah, I spend money on massage. I spend money on skincare, mainly going to my sister to get treatments. So if you're in the Philippines, Pampanga, go visit her clinic. She's amazing. I miss her. I told her I really need to go back to the Philippines because I need to get those treatments, and they're just like thousands of dollars here. Well, they're still almost the same price there, but I trust my sister, and only her touches my skin. May ganon. So, I invested first on the way I look, appearance, and everything before I started investing on like bags or well, I haven't even started investing in bags because I the Tory Burch and stuff like that are just contemporary brands here. So, um, yeah, where was I? Okay. Oh, I splurge on a I also splurge money when I was in the Philippines. I spent money on the gym. I got my I get sessions from my trainer. I know it's more expensive to have a personal trainer, but when I was in the Philippines and I was working and I have the money to spend on it, I think it's a good investment because for me, it's difficult back then to attend classes because my work schedule is just crazy, and I need someone messaging me and reminding me that hey, you have an appointment today, you have to work out. And it was really good for me, and even if it was 10x, it is expensive in the Philippines, even more so here, I guess. I think it was a good investment because I am a lazy person. If I pay a gym membership without a trainer, I end up just paying and not going. That's what happened here. Actually, until November, we have this membership at a gym and we haven't been there. I terminated it because we're not even going. So, to me, that's a good spending habit. How about you guys? Where do you spend money on? Like, do you spend money on experiences? Do you spend money on things? Or you just don't like spending money? Gadgets. Do you guys spend money on gadgets? Some people like spending money on gadgets. Before I met my husband, I don't. I still don't. He does. Like when I met him in 2017, my phone back then was still Samsung Note 4, And I think that time it was already Note 8 or whatever. And and he's an IT guy, so he likes gadgets. And so I just don't care. I don't care about technology, I guess, or gadgets. So my phone back then was just like, I don't really care. Basta maganda yung camera. Okay na ako. Babe, I said in English, as long as the camera is good, I'm good with it. Okay? But then I met my husband, who's a tech guy who spends money on gadgets and tech stuff. Ross, I got somebody to build me a PC during this pandemic for the Zoom sessions, and damn, that's where my money went. Oh, how. Yeah. Jonathan built his own, my husband built his own computer, and I wouldn't ask how much it cost. I'd rather not know. So, do you spend money on gadgets, Ross? Gabby, do you spend money on gadgets? You used to, right? Gabby, food and coffee. Very much willing to pay for good beans and ingredients. Yeah. Yeah, we spend money on coffee too. And I don't mind going to, okay, I see this saving stuff where people say, like, if you don't buy coffee from Starbucks or whatever in a year, you'll spend this much money. And I understand that. Yes, it does. It will save you money. But to me, before, well, in the Philippines at least, when my friends and I go to coffee shop, we go there to like chill, relax. It's the experience. It's not really about the coffee per se. But here, yeah, I still get coffee from Starbucks every now and then. But I have my coffee machine, which my husband got for me, so I love it. Ross, I should ask him for specs then. This is the biggest gadget I have. Ha ha ha. Ha. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's listening right now, but yeah, he built his own computer and is really, I think he really likes it. I guess he's in the other room. I wouldn't know. Okay, so Gabby, do you still spend money on gadgets? I think you used to, right? So my husband spends money on gadgets, and I accept that. Gabby, gadgets no longer. Apple products are so sturdy. So are you getting the iPhone 12, Gabby? I'm not getting the iPhone 12. I'm still I asked my husband if we're getting the Apple iPhone 12. He said we'll get the one next year. We both have the iPhone 11 Pro Max right now. Yeah, they are they're good. Um, I I guess, yeah, I don't spend money on gadgets, but I have gadgets now because of him. Like I have the AirPods, whatever you call it. See, I don't even know. Cause yeah, he likes gadgets. He spends money on that. He spends money on, what does my husband spend money on? Comics. He likes comics. He likes gadgets. He pre-ordered the PS5, and yes, he's gonna have it. Do you guys want an unboxing of that? I told him I want to make an unboxing of that. Obviously, our Tesla. Oh, I drove the Tesla for the first time yesterday, guys. It's Is it worth the money to spend the? Is Tesla worth the money? Yes, it is. Ross, I bought the AirPods as an Android user. Pretty worth it. Yeah, and their battery life lasts, I don't know how many hours, but they're good because before getting the AirPods, I didn't want to spend money on them. So I was like, just look for a cheaper alternative. So we got Bluetooth one, and sometimes I would go jog, and like in just 5 minutes they're out of battery. And I'm like, they suck. So my husband, for I don't know what occasion, my gift to him was AirPods, and then for my birthday, he then just got me AirPods as well. That's weird. We exchange gift. I don't know. That's how we are. When he wants to buy something, he just tell me what it is, and I'll be just like, okay, that's my gift for you. Like, I'm like that. So for his birthday, I got him like this comic grading subscription because he buys comics and gets them graded, and that's his one of his hobbies. Yeah, yeah. I made a video or a video about or with me driving the Tesla for the first time. Will be out soon. It's fun. I did not try the autopilot yet because I want to be comfortable with it first. It's a very different. It feels different. You guys have to watch out for it. Okay, Gabby. Sweet splurging on gifts are fun. Yeah, yeah. I splurge definitely. That's one thing. My husband splurge money on giving gifts to me. But that's one thing I think that is very Filipino. We spend money on gifts because sometimes when I would give a gift or something, he would be like, "Oh, you spend too much on gifts." But okay, Ross, especially when the receiving and doesn't expect it. Aha, the best. Yeah, that's true. So, babe, you can surprise me on my birthday. Um, I send him links of stuff that I want to make sure that I like what he gives me. I'm weird. True, I love gifting. Yeah, I love it too. Uh, Gabby, I miss you. Are you guys? Okay, so yeah, coffee. We spend money on coffee, huh? Gab and Ross, you guys should visit us here. Where do we save money on then? Can you guys help me think where we save money on? Since obviously we spend money on traveling, so I save a little in education. Try to look for scholarships. We go cheap on that. Gabby, right? Like, find scholarships, so find a way to go cheap on education. I know we should be splurging on that, but it is what it is. We don't spend much on education. We try to find scholarships and whatever. We're just lucky. Okay, so help me, guys. Help me think. Where do we save money on? Where do we save money on? Let me think. Let me think. I can't think. Haha, school. Thank you, universe. Yeah, we save money on school. I'm weird. Are we so weird? Dang, I'm really trying to think where we save money on. Jonathan, help me think. Jonathan saves money on clothes because he doesn't really like, I think I save money on clothes. I think, yeah. I think I save money on clothes compared to my sister. I guess that's my reference, my sister. Because one time I went shopping with my sister. My sister does not look at prices when she shops. She just gets them and give it to me. And one time we were shopping, she gave it to me. I tried it on. It looks great. And then when I was at the counter to pay for it, it wasn't on sale. So I'm like, okay, that's my sister. So yeah, I think I save money on clothes too. But my husband will definitely disagree. Gabji, I tried to save on gas. Pre-pandemic, I would carpool with friends. That's cool. We save money on gas because of the Tesla. Ross, getting the Tesla already saved you a lot of, yeah. I think, yeah. Oh, that, yeah, because the maintenance is, yeah, saves you money on the maintenance because my husband said like with the brake pads because of its regenerative braking thing, you don't change your brake pads that much. It felt so weird driving it yesterday, but the video will be out, so watch out for that. Um, what else? What else do we guys save? Okay, now, okay, I thought of something. Okay, when I was in the Philippines, I splurged on my personal trainer working out. Like, that was pretty expensive. So, but Jordan is amazing. He's great. So, you guys, if you're in Manila Fitness First, that's where I worked out before. He's really nice as well. So, I splurged money on that. But now that I'm here in the US, I just jog. So I save money on working out. Has it been effective? Kind of. The motivation. I don't know. I've only been working out 3 times a week, and it's just really running because I'm just too tired after. But I couldn't really do that in the Philippines because where will I jog? Bes, I live in Manila. Ang mag-jogging ako sa Taft Avenue, di ba? Kumusta naman? But yeah, I save money on that. Gab, forced savings from not traveling and not dining out. Just kidding. Yeah, but we order takeout, Gabby, when that whole thing. But yeah, not traveling. I miss traveling though. We should have been in the Philippines already. We were booking, so I guess we're gonna see you guys next year. I just really want to go back and fly back. I really miss the Philippines. It's it's just so different, you know. Like I miss my friends so much, and I miss the food. I miss all the services that I get there. I miss my sister. I also miss my dentist. Um, the weather, though, I'm not sure if I miss that. Okay. Anyway, what else? What else do we? Ross, where do you save money on? Gabby, where do you save money on? Yeah, Gabby is YOLO. I don't feel like Gabby saves money on anything as well, aside from the education. Thank you, universe, right? Uh, Dang, where do we save money on? I guess we're just at that point in our lives. We're in our what 30s that although I'm just starting here again, but we have learned to appreciate the finer things in life or nicer things in life. Like I don't like going cheap on a lot of things anymore because we prefer quality over quantity most of the time. So I was just like telling my husband like I'm thinking of buying this, and he's like, no, you don't need that anymore. You have so much of those. Why don't you just like save it for what you really want? And I'm like, yeah, Gabby, ow, but it's for the better. We'll see each other soon. Yeah, yeah. Few months. Where's the vaccine? What's going on with the vaccine? I don't know, but yeah. Cham, where is it easier to save money? In the Philippines or the United States? Wow, that's a very good question. You know what? It depends on your lifestyle. Okay, let's read Ross first. No real classes means no real allowance. That's true. You're just at home. So that's too bad for you, huh? Okay, saving money. Where would it be easier? The Philippines or the United States? I guess it depends on the type of lifestyle you have, and it depends on a lot of factors. But let me talk from my own experience. Right now, to me, it's kind of the same because when I was in the Philippines, I was earning really good. I was actually making more per hour when I was in the Philippines than I am here right now. I was getting paid way more when I was in the Philippines than here. So considering the money that I had there, relatively Philippine peso, compared to the money I have now or earning here, I was earning really good money for a Filipino. Okay? But I was paying my own bills. I was paying rent, electricity, car, um, and daily living expenses. But and I travel and the lifestyle I have with my friends. So I was earning good that I'm able to save money. You know what I mean? So like when my friends and I go out to travel, I don't really budget because I was earning good money. How about here? Okay, here I'm earning actually less per hour with the work that I'm doing right now. Well, I'm an intern basically. So, but I have regular hours compared to the one in the Philippines. But my husband pays most of the stuff. he, he pays for almost everything. So, um, I'm not paying anything for the car except for the car insurance. So in the Philippines, I was paying car insurance, I was paying gas, I was paying maintenance, I was paying monthly, you know, uh, car expenses. Here, I'm not. I'm only paying the car insurance, and in the Philippines, I was paying rent in the condominium that I have, and here my husband pays for our living expenses. Um, I pay for the electricity, I pay for the internet, I pay for our gas, and I pay, what else do I pay for? You know, little this and that. So it's not a lot at all. I mean, so somehow I'm saving almost kind of the same. I feel like I'm still saving more when I was in the Philippines because I was really earning good there. But right now here, I'm just like at the start of living here and building my life here. I've only been here for less than 2 years. So I would say I saved more money when I was in the Philippines than here because I wasn't earning. No, my earning capacity right now is not comparable to my earning capacity when I was in the Philippines. Does that make sense, Cham? Like, that's one thing, like, a lot of people don't know when you move to a new country, like especially if you're earning really well when you're in the Philippines. Sometimes it's you saved more. I saved more when I was in the Philippines, so I guess that's what I'm saying. Well, right now with where I am right now in my career, I was saving and making more money there than here. But I think another consideration is when I was in the Philippines, our lifestyle in the Philippines is like hustle, busy, work, work, work. Yes, I would get a break, but that break is spent with my friends. And yeah, I would spend money on that vacation or travel, but I don't have that much break to spend to have time to spend money. You know, in Tagalog, masyado tayong busy na puro trabaho, masyado na tayong pagod after, wala ka nang time mag-shopping, wala ka nang time gumastos. And oo, I get the massage, but that's like minimal expense. I feel like I like here, it's really work life balance that uh, I would work 10 hours in a day. I work 40 hours a week right now, but I have like, that's just it. That's just 40 hours. I don't like go more than that, you know? So the rest of the time, I have time to go get my nails done. I have time to go to get a massage. I have time to shop online a lot. That's the thing. So I'm spending money on those kind of things because I have time to do so. In the Philippines, we're really busy. Like our work ethics in the Philippines is just so different. Like being busy is glorified in the Philippines or like romanticized the way I see it. We don't really have much work life balance. So it's easy to save money in the Philippines unless you bring that if you bring that kind of attitude here in the United States, it's very easy for you to save money. But I don't want to live like that. Like I don't want to be like just working and working. Like one thing that my husband taught me is to learn to enjoy what you work hard for. You know, like you have to find that balance, Ross. That's why I didn't understand when some of the established doctors here took up nursing and decided to move there. Like why I still don't understand until now. Haha. Okay, I get your point. Most of my sister's friends are doctors and they moved here doctors. So they did not like try that. But I know someone who actually was a doctor in the Philippines, owns a business and stuff like that, and moved here. I haven't talked to her, but I think from what I see, like she's really established. They have good life in the Philippines. They move here not really for the money, it's for the kids. You know, for the kids to have a green card and have the option when they grow up if they want to like be, you know, to have the option of moving here in the US. I think that's, you know, it's easier to become a nurse here than to become a doctor. I don't know, Ross, if you're aware, but you know the process of being a doctor here, you have your all MLE steps. I think for nurses you have your NCLEX and an English exam, and that's it. But for doctors, it's just like the pharmacies. You have like a long way to go. So I think that's her reason. Like moving here is really for the kids. But yeah, that's one thing my sister is like. No, it's very. She's like she's a doctor in the Philippines. She is doing well there. You know, that's the thing. People would always think like, oh, it's the United States, oh, it's so great, and this and that. Again, everything is relative, Ross. USMLE was a dream, but pandemic happened. Yeah. Yeah, it's go here and stay with us and review. Let's review together. I really need to start studying. I need a review buddy. I need a Filipino review buddy. Because my husband does not understand the way we guys study. You know? Like, I don't know. We just study weird. Like, I feel like until I can explain something and until it's etched in my head, I feel like I'm not ready. I am. And I was in the Philippines, I feel like I was already very confident. I'm a very confident person when I was there. And then here, not only once or twice or thrice have I been told that I doubt myself too much. And I was like, I guess that's the thing. When you go out of your comfort zone and you do things that you are not used to, you realize that there's more to know. So you stop acting like a know it all. You know, like, no, I am learning. Like, I know. Uh, I can say, like, I don't know. There are things like, I don't know. That's why sometimes it just annoys me when people. I can't stand people who are just so like they feel like they know everything. Like, oh come on, get out in the world. There's so much more in the world that you don't know. Again, that's just me talking. Yeah. So, Cham, I hope that answered your question. Like, where is it easier to save money in the Philippines or in the U.S.? I actually saved more money when I was in the Philippines. Well, after my family left, I got no. I really saved more money in the Philippines because I was earning really good there. But maybe ask me again after a year or two when I'm already a pharmacist here. The answer will probably be very different. Because what I'm earning right now compared to what I will be earning when I become a pharmacist and find a job as a pharmacist will be at least three times. So it will be different. So yeah, but right now in the first couple of years that you are in a different country, don't expect to like be earning way more. Again, that's just my experience, or that is what I am going through right now. So other people may be different. I mean, if you're not earning well in the Philippines and then you go here, then maybe you know that's different. But yeah, to me, I was lucky. So thank you, universe, that when I was in the Philippines, I was in a good situation. That, that's just me. And yeah, what else? Do you guys have any other question? Ross, when you do decide to go take that USMLE, don't visit me, visit us. You're welcome to stay here while studying so we can review together. I really need to review. Okay. Anyway, what else? What else? What else? What else? Gadgets. I save on gadgets. I don't buy tech stuff. But if you're that type of person, I still do not understand much why people spend money on gadgets, but my husband loves it and it makes him happy, so that is his thing, not my thing. So I'll go there for a vacation. Yeah, and we'll have a great time. You can also go here to study. Just kidding. So I'll see you next year, huh? Hopefully. Okay. What else? Okay, weddings. Spending money on weddings, spend or splurge. Save or splurge. I think we did okay with the wedding. We didn't like go really cheap on it. There we have my husband and I talked about which ones are negotiable and which are not. Like we can go cheap on this and not on that. It's weird because we have different priorities. Oh, how about life insurance? Wait, I'll talk about that. Okay, so in our wedding, my non-negotiable were the pictures. So if you look at like our wedding pictures and stuff, like we did good with our photographer. So they're they're nice to me. They're gonna be forever, so I don't want to go cheap on a photographer because I know how, you know, they're the only thing that's gonna be left. So that was my non-negotiable, a photographer. His non-negotiable was food and the cake, and I feel like the cake tasted really good. Like we love it, but I didn't like the appearance that much, but it's great. Okay, life insurance. When I was in the Philippines, okay, here's the thing. For a while, I was the breadwinner with my sister. We were the breadwinners of the family, and then when they went to the United States, I was on my own, and my job there, I was earning okay, but it's not something that's regular. Like I work 40 hours and stuff like that. People who knows what I did back then, it's like 1 month you'll be earning this much, and then the next month you're not earning anything, But I make enough in a month that I could last for like 6 months without working. That's just a brief example of how things were. So I do actually have two life insurances. So I'm still a Filipino citizen. So things will change once you become a U.S. citizen and stuff like that. So you have to pay all these taxes. I have two life insurances in the Philippines, which is weird because it's just me. But yeah, I have insurance and investment stuff in the Philippines. That's actually one of the reasons why I want to go back to the Philippines, because I have to fix this stuff. I put money in there like to pay off until a certain year, and I need to go back to like deal with those matters. But since because of this pandemic, thank you, sister, for dealing with that matter. So I think it's a good idea. If you're in the Philippines, definitely yes, spend money on life insurance or other insurances. My FA friends encouraged me to build on multiple insurances via. Yeah, I think it is a good idea in the Philippines, especially because we don't have the stuff that they have here in the United States, like 401k, Roth IRA, and stuff like that. Uh, plan your retirement. I think it's in our generation is in that era where we recognize that one mistake that you can make is not preparing for retirement. Because to me, how I say it, like when I have kids or we have kids, I don't want to be depending on them. Like I want to be on my own and be independent and be okay. So YOLO, but with life insurance. Gabby is YOLO with life. Yeah, in the Philippines, that is such a good idea because it is what it is. So do spend money on that, especially when you can. But now that I'm here, what can I say? Honestly, I told my husband that if I knew that I am moving here and eventually, settling here, or if I knew that I was gonna meet him and marry him and move to the United States, I probably would not have opened those accounts and those investments and insurances, because right now it's just like something that I have to think about. Like I have to go back there, fix this and that, and all the, like, once I become a U.S. citizen, I have to like deal with the taxes and everything of the things I've set up there. If I knew I was gonna meet him, I should have just taken all that money moving. It's not that much. It's still, it's okay. I probably would have left some, but brought, what is the maximum? Was it $10,000 that you could bring in the United States? I think, uh, from the money laundering and stuff like that. I should have brought more here, because when I moved here, I was just like, ah, I have money. It's all there in the Philippines that I could not use. I brought some, and I spent a lot of it just like that when we had our wedding. Because if you convert the money that I had in the Philippines into dollars or US dollars, it's just like, I would say it's nothing, but it's easy to spend it. Especially when you have a wedding, because weddings in the Philippines are expensive, more so here, you know. But we're okay with the wedding. I think we did great with the, not great. We did okay with the budget. We still spent more than what we thought we would, but we splurged on our honeymoon. Yeah. So to me, like, be okay with the wedding. Like, do what you want. But yeah, we waited to have the honeymoon, but we splurged like, we were not thinking like, oh, this is the budget for this and that. No, like, it's our honeymoon. It's a once in a, to me, that's a once in a lifetime thing. So we splurged money on that and did what we wanted to do and enjoyed it. So that's me. Yeah, life insurance, definitely a go. Here, um, I asked my husband actually about that. Like, what's with like the life insurance stuff here? Like, do you guys do it? He said they have other forms here. Um, and basically, what happens is, you will have your spouse like to receive all that money if something happens and this and that. I don't know. As of now, honestly, I am in the Philippines. I was on my own and figured all of these things on my own. Right now that I'm here in the United States, I tried to focus on one thing, and right now my focus is finishing my internship and getting my pharmacy license. So when it comes to the investment, tax, and all those insurances, my husband deals with it. Once I'm finished with this goal, I will deal with that, because I just get overwhelmed. So it is definitely different. So yeah, if I knew I was gonna move here, I wish I just brought the money here. But it is what it is right now. At least at the back of my head, I'm like, I have money in the Philippines, and yeah, his thoughts will be like, oh, we're gonna go visit there, and your friends are there every now and then, so at least you still have like assets over there. But yeah, they're all locked up, because those who have insurances know that they're there for like, it's best to not take them out. It's a long term, like VUL and all those stuff. Like after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, again, if you convert them into dollars, I wouldn't say they're nothing, but my husband would just be like, yeah, just don't worry too much about it, because I get worried, especially one of them is like difficult to open and stuff like. Okay, anyway, I'm just ranting here. Okay, anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me again today. So yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like you spend money on what you want to spend money on, especially it's you who worked hard for it. Don't feel guilty about buying stuff that you want. And you know if buying things, or maybe plane tickets or experiences or whatever, makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not going like in debt because of it, or like owing people money for these things, then enjoy it, because That's why we work hard for it. That's why, like, my sister would tell me, like, oh, she's excited to work and this and that because, oh, she wants to buy this, so yeah, work hard to earn a living and enjoy it, but don't live to work. Find a balance. I guess that's my thing. um well, is it easier now during the quarantine to find a balance, like, because you're not stuck in traffic, I hope. And here you want to get term life insurance. Okay, we'll discuss that. So yeah, anyway, yeah. Oh, anything that has to do with health, I don't mind spending money on, because health is wealth to me. Like, I don't, yeah, I don't mind spending money on health, or like in comfort, because it affects you and the way you live your life. And I have, it's weird because before I thought that I spent money compared to a lot of people, but when I met my husband, he has different outlooks. Like, example, this bed. When we got this bed, I was like, it's too expensive. I don't say how much it is, but I was like, it's too expensive. And it's like, you're you're gonna spend one third of your life in the bed where the magic happens. Just kidding. No, I mean, it's for sleeping kayo, ha? Ano iniisip nyo? You spend one third of your life, or even more if you like sleeping, in the bed. So it's okay to spend money on it. So that's how my husband looked at it. But to me, before, it's just like, it's just a bed. But to him, it's like, no, it's like comfort and everything. I'm like, okay. And since we had this bed, I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. He likes it when I say, you're right. Um, this Dyson fan, a lot of his gadgets, I feel like we don't need it. But then later on, I was like, yeah, you're right. But where do we save money on? Jonathan, where? Tell me. Ross, is that the smart bed with the thing that measures how many hours you sleep? Oh, please don't give Jonathan an idea. No, it's not the smart bed, but basically we got it from Texas Mattress Maker. And like, we compromise actually, because I like a hard bed and he wants a soft one. And he still thinks this is a little too hard for him. But yeah, when I convert it to pesos, I'm just like, why would we spend that much for a bed? But yeah, it's really comfortable. So again, that's just us. What else? Well, the to me, the headboard is that's not expensive, I feel like. But yeah, what is expensive and what is cheap is very relative to where you are. It's weird. Because when I was in the Philippines, I was already thinking, like, oh, that's expensive. But then I go here, like, no, it's not. Everything is very relative. And yeah, just a moment. Alexa, turn on the master bedroom light. Because my background is so dark. Alexa, why are you not listening to me? Alexa, turn on master bedroom light. Jonathan, why is Alexa not listening to me? What did you do? Okay, Gab G. For myself, I feel like I spent money on a lot of things before, until I reached the point where I feel like I know which things actually bring me joy, as opposed to what are just whimsical choices. Okay, Gabby. So what things do you not spend money on anymore? I need I need to know. Ross, you triggered my Alexa. Ha ha ha. Jonathan, Alexa's not listening to me. Turn on my light. Oh my god. Alexa, turn on master bedroom light. It's weird because it turned on only his side of the bed, not mine. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, guys, really, for real, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the topic about, spending and splurging and saving. And again, please do not, you know, go into a lot of loans or credit card debts just because you splurge on things. Like, handle your money wisely. you know, it's always good to have savings. And I think I just read this earlier as what Heart Evangelista Heart E said one time. Like, yeah, sure, spend on that bag, but it's also nicer to, like, you know, be able to sleep at night and know that you're good for the next 10 years of your life. So don't go broke trying to buy all this luxury stuff. That's just my thing. But then comfort again is something that you should not sacrifice on. Again, ang gulo ko, no? But yeah, to each his own. Yeah, so any parting words? Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And just comment or like and share, subscribe. And if you want to me to talk about any topic, just let me know. And I'll see you again, guys, next week. Have a great Sunday night in the Philippines, Sunday morning here, and Sunday afternoon in other parts of the world. Bye.